Guys, and still.
Oh, he dropped him with a left hook.
That's it.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, he's out.
But derechazo a Ilya Topuria! Oh my God!
Oh, my God! Oh, he knocked him out!
Ilya Topuria knocked him out! How is this possible?
That's the best fighter in the world!
But Ilya Topuria knocked Max Holloway out? Come on, man.
It's time for a standing ovation for Ilya Topuria. Aside from Topuria himself, no one expected him to do to Max Holloway what he did. Topuria knocked out the legendary Holloway, a feat that no one had ever accomplished before. So here we go, diving into a story that shocked everyone, from Khamzat Chimaev's jaw-shattering choke against Robert Whittaker to Ilya Topuria's knockout that crowned him the baddest fighter of the year. Buckle up. It's time to relive the moments that redefined expectations. But please show your appreciation by giving a fat like and subscribing to the channel. So, thank you in advance. A few hours ago, the major UFC 308 tournament in Abu Dhabi became the epicenter of a thrilling event that had fans on the edge of their seats. In the co-main event, former middleweight champion Robert Whittaker faced the undefeated Khamzat Chimaev. This long-anticipated clash was not just a fight, it was a decisive moment for both fighters' careers. Khamzat Chimaev, once regarded as a potential title contender after his victory over Kamaru Usman, needed this fight to truly solidify his place among the elite in the middleweight division, as the victory over Usman was not enough. Additionally, Chimaev was only ranked 13th in the middleweight rankings. The fight with Whittaker presented a great opportunity to confirm his ambitions, and on paper it appeared to be the toughest test of Borza's career. The fight started exactly as expected, with high intensity as Chimaev wasted no time, rushing in to secure a takedown and immediately showcasing his renowned wrestling skills. This was no surprise to Whittaker, who had anticipated Chimaev's approach. His plan was to survive Chimaev's intense pressure in the first 2 rounds and then take control in the later rounds to finish the Chechen. Whittaker fought back, even managing to get to his feet on one occasion, but Chimaev's relentless drive for dominance proved overwhelming. With just over a minute left in the round, Chimaev locked in a choke, forcing Whittaker to tap out. Chimaev felt a click during the choke, suggesting he may have caused serious damage to Whittaker's jaw. Imagine the intense pain Whittaker felt for such an experienced fighter to tap out immediately.
But I felt something was wrong with his chin when I pushed it.
So you could feel it when you grabbed it?
Yeah, when I pushed it, when I felt some clicks.
Now, this is the picture that was shared of Whittaker's jaw, and I've edited it a little bit. What you're looking at is his lower row of teeth, and these 3 teeth in the front are displaced into his mouth because his jaw is fractured. So that's not just that the teeth fell out. The teeth are actually still attached to that lower portion where they're anchored into the jaw, but the jaw is broken in a way that's caused his teeth to completely displace backwards into his mouth. If we look at our biodigital anatomy tool here, we can highlight and see what exactly we're talking about with that anatomy. So this lower bone right here, that's going to be the mandible. This portion is going to be the temporomandibular joint located right up there. You can feel that move. When somebody dislocates their jaw, it's going to be that joint up here that gets dislocated. But then you can see how the teeth are anchored into that underlying bone. And so in Whittaker's case, these 3 front teeth anchored into the lower portion of the jaw got crushed from that forearm that Khamzat Chimaev applied, causing a fracture, causing that bit of the jaw and the teeth to displace backwards up into his mouth. Treatment of this is going to be some type of surgery to put those teeth, that bone back in place, plate, potentially braces across the teeth. Real possibility here that Whittaker might end up having his jaw wired shut for some time. So this is a serious injury. There's also some nerves that travel along these areas. This little hole right here, there's some nerves that come out that help supply innervation to your teeth. When you go to the dentist, you have your teeth numb. Those are the nerves that they're targeting. So if we look at this anatomy model, think of those teeth anchored into that lower portion of the mandible. So looking back at that picture now, envisioning that anatomy model where all these teeth are anchored into that lower jaw of the mandible and seeing these 3 displaced back.
DC then shows this photograph of the aftermath of what happened to Robert Whittaker's. You can see those teeth are basically floating back there. Our lower jawline is composed of this bone called the mandible, and likely he has a fracture, probably 2 fracture lines, which causes this piece to then go floating.
So the real Chimaev is back, and this Khamzat is a genuine threat to the entire division and a well-deserved contender for the belt. Borz' wrestling remains unmatched, out of reach for his rivals. Even the experienced Whittaker, despite his best efforts, couldn't hold him off. Without a doubt, Chimaev is next in line for the title. Chechen seems ready for any challenge, and it's going to take something extraordinary to stop him.
That this might be the fight that the UFC wants to make, you versus Dricus in South Africa. Is that something you would entertain, or would you rather wait until you can fight either here or in Saudi Arabia? Thank you.
If it would be for the belt, for me it doesn't matter where it goes, so it's just gonna go there and take my gold. So it's up to Dana, wherever he. I think he's never been in Saudi Africa, the fights in UFC, so if they go, it's pretty good history. And
guys, let's get real. Ilya Topuria is one of the most slept-on fighters in the game right now, and it's about time we recognize just how incredible he really is. He's not just talented, he's the real deal, the true BMF. Anything and everything that deserves praise in MMA, Topuria checks those boxes. As Topuria promised, when the fight began, he immediately called Max to the center of the octagon to engage in a war, fighting in Max's style, but Max didn't take him up on that. Surprising, right? Holloway is known for his heart and his willingness to brawl, so it caught a lot of people off guard when he held back from Topuria's call-out. But once the fight started, it turned into exactly what the fans were craving. Topuria was relentless from the jump. His power shots were there, and he was clearly gunning for the finish. Max wasn't just going to roll over, though. He had his moments early, landing some crisp strikes and even catching Topuria with a few well-timed blows. As Topuria promised, he tried to move Max to the canvas and finish him off there. But Holloway quickly got to his feet, and the fighters continued their fight. But as the fight progressed, Topuria only seemed to get sharper. In round 3, he delivered a brutal left hook, rocking Holloway and following it up with relentless hammer fists until the referee stepped in. With that stoppage, Topuria successfully defended his featherweight title in his first defense, adding Holloway's name to his already growing list of high-caliber opponents. And let's not forget, this title wasn't just handed to him. He claimed it by knocking out none other than Alexander Volkanovski. For those who might still doubt Topuria's place among the elites, it's time to take a closer look, because this is one featherweight who's here to make history.
Oh! Ilya just hurt Max bad. This is not gonna... Oh, whole 3 minutes 40 seconds in, Ilya lands a bomb, and Max is still stunned. He's playing it off good. Oh, you gotta... Max... Oh, left hook. Holloway. Ilya finishes Max Holloway with a left hook in round 3. Holy shit. Ilya is that guy. Wow. Who at 145 wants to fight Ilya right now?
you.
I'm a 25er. Or Ilya is just so dangerous the whole fight. He's like a little fucking Alex Pereira. Bro, you can't tell me Islam versus fucking Ilya isn't a fight you'd want to see. Fuck, that was brutal. God, Ilya's got a sick style. As much as I've talked shit about him, whatever, but he's got he's dangerous everywhere.
Oh my goodness.
He's
a
bad motherfucker.
Oh,
he's a bad Georgian from Russia?
Are you talking about Russia?
Yes.
That's the first fucking time.
So he's Russian, but he grew up in Spain.
Bro, the first guy to put away Max Holloway.
Yeah.
Guys, who can stop the Georgian? Volkanovski or Diego Lopez? Everyone saw the faces of Alexander Volkanovski and Diego Lopez live on air, on which was written that they have big problems. As long as Ilya is the champion in this weight category, no one will overthrow him from the throne. But Volkanovski will try to take revenge. Topuria could not refuse Volkanovski's offer and agreed to a rematch. But as we know, Topuria is aiming for Makhachev's title. Of course, many will write that he definitely has no chance with Makhachev. But this guy comes out and shuts everyone's mouths. They don't like him because he talks a lot, but guys, he does everything he says.
This guy is a superstar. This guy is an absolute superstar. As I'm saying this right now, the last guy that we felt this way about, Conor McGregor, tweeting 43 seconds ago, call me. Say what you will, it would 1000% be one of the biggest fights in UFC history.
Max, you're a legend, you'll be back. And Ilya, congratulations, impressive. I'll see you wherever. Madrid, can you do Madrid next year, early next year? Sydney? Sydney's definitely next year, so that's a date that we know we can do. That would be perfect, but you know, we'll see what happens. But yeah, nothing but the best. Well done to you and your family, and see you early next year, my man.
Like holding his leg. Oh, good right.
Whoa, he's wobbled him.
Oh no. He's caught him again. No, Ilya Topuria's caught him again.
He needs to get his feet out of the way. Get
Oh, he's
way,
catching
man.
him.
Get off your fence.
Oh, he's dropped him.
Get off the
It's
fence.
going to be over.
It's
It's
finished.
over.
It's over.
Oh my goodness.
It's over.
Ilya Topuria with a knockout win. Oh, we don't like to see that with Max.
No, he's a poser.
That's all for today. If you enjoyed the video, please like it and subscribe to our channel. We'd be very grateful.